Hello and welcome to another tutorial for Excel users. In this video we're going to start looking at using multiple worksheets within a workbook, and I'm just going to bring up the bottom of the worksheet area so you can see it in a bit more detail and see the tabs that I'll be talking about. Now when you open a new file in Excel, you probably notice that you have at the bottom sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 typically. That can vary, but this is a typical number you will see. And in the tutorial so far, I've only really been using sheet 1, sheet 2 and 3 are blank, as you can see. So first of all, we'll look at how you can get rid of unwanted worksheets if you won't be using them. And there's a couple of ways to do that. One of the very simple ones is to just click on the sheet you want to remove, make sure that you definitely want to get rid of it. Right click and choose delete. And the reason that I say make sure that you want to remove it is that there is no undo for a worksheet deletion. Another way you can delete a worksheet is to make sure again you have the worksheet active that you want to remove. Click the edit menu and choose delete sheet, and again that's gone. So we're now down to a single worksheet in our workbook, which is what Excel calls a spreadsheet file. Now suppose you want to add in a new worksheet. How do you do that? Well, again, very simple. Right click on an existing sheet tab and simply choose insert. It brings up a new dialog. The worksheet option will be highlighted or ready for you. Just click OK. So sheet 2 has moved to the left of sheet 1 here, but I can move that back if I want to by simply clicking and dragging. Now you'll see when I click on the sheet tab I get this small page icon next to my mouse pointer and a small black marker there indicating where the worksheet will be dropped. So simply drag it to the right, release the mouse button, and sheet 2 now sits to the right of the original. Another way to add a worksheet is to click the insert menu and choose worksheet, and again that adds in a new one. And again, if I choose, I can drag sheet 3 to the right of sheet 2. I'm not too worried about the names here at the moment because I'm going to rename these very soon. So I've now got 3 worksheets again in my workbook. Now what I'd like to do here is actually have 5 worksheets in total, so I've got 4 weeks of sales data and a 5th worksheet for a summary. So I need to add 2 more, and another way I can add worksheets is by grouping them together and add multiple sheets. So what I'm going to do here is click on sheet number 2, hold down the shift key, click on sheet number 3, then right click, choose insert. Again, the dialog pops up giving me the worksheet option. Click OK, and I've now got 4 blank worksheets and my original. The next step is to rename these so they make more sense, so anybody looking at the tabs can see what they actually refer to. Sheet 1 I'm going to change by double clicking and typing week 1 and then press enter. Sheet 2, I'm going to right click and choose rename. That's an alternative way of doing it, and choose or type in week 2, press enter. Sheet 4, I'm going to double click because I think that's the quickest way. So week 3, sheet 5 I'm going to rename to week 4, and finally sheet 3 as it's called currently, although it's a 5th sheet, I'm going to rename to summary. So those are the 5 worksheets in my workbook. 4 of them are blank at the moment, but I'm going to change that very soon. So if I'm going to go to week 1, what I'd like to do is duplicate this worksheet on all the others, and then obviously modify some of the figures in the rentals column. So I'm going to click to the left of the A and above the 1. And what that does, it selects the entire worksheet, including formatting for rows and columns. I'm then going to press Ctrl and C on the keyboard, go to week 2 and press Ctrl and V for paste, and that duplicates week 1 from the first sheet to the second sheet. Okay, so I want to duplicate this across the remaining 3 worksheets, but I don't want to do it one by one, I want to do it as a group. So again, what I can do here is simply make sure obviously that's still highlighted, Ctrl C to copy, click on the first worksheet where I want the paste to occur, hold down the shift key and click on the last one, and that will group those 3 together. And now if I do Ctrl and V for paste, you'll see all 5 worksheets have now got the same data. Okay, they all still have the selection on them, but that doesn't really matter. You can just click away to deselect. It's not a problem. Week 2, where I began the copy, has got the little marquee box still on it. To cancel the copy, press the escape key, and then to deselect, just click any old way you like. So I'm going to actually regroup those 4 worksheets, week 2 through to summary. So hold down the shift key again from week 2 to summary. So if I right click now, you'll see I've got an ungroup sheet option there. Okay, I'm not going to do that just yet. And I'm going to modify the values in the rentals column. And I just want 0 to go in there instead of the existing numbers. So I'm going to type 0 and copy that down. So all the cells from C3 to 11 have got 0 in there. I'm going to right click on an existing worksheet, choose ungroup, and if I go through each one, you'll see they all have 0 values in that column C, obviously apart from week 1, which has its original sales data. So now, bear with me a second, and I will add in sales data for weeks 2, 3, and 4. So now we have data entered into week 4, week 3, week 2, and obviously week 1, as it was. So that's my 4 weeks of sales data. A little tip I'll show you here for navigating the worksheets: to hold the control key down, and if you press the page down key with the control key held down, you'll move to the right, or tab right if you like, and if you hold the control key down and press page up, you will tab to the left. Now then, if I click in the summary worksheet, you'll see they're all still 0 values, which is fine because I'm going to replace these with a calculation later, which will be getting the data from the previous 4 worksheets. That'll come in a future tutorial. And finally, in this one, I just want to highlight this cell here, F2. On week 1, it refers to cell D13. Okay, so it's equals D13. It's a calculation, and that simply tells me the total of the month to date. So week 1 is indeed equal to the sales for the first week, and if I go to week 2, we look at the same cell. Now that calculation is incorrect because it should actually include the value from week 1 as well, because this is week 2 plus week 1, so it's a running total if you like. So in the next tutorial we're going to start looking at creating calculations that take data from other worksheets. So thank you for watching this tutorial. Hope you found some of the things in there useful, and I'll see you next time.